What's up? Fishing with Frank here. The key to fishing is getting up as early as you can. As you can tell by the sun, let me try to get the sun in the shot. You can see by the sun, it's currently 1 a.m. That is how early you have to get up to truly catch fish. The shad is jumping. I mean, this is the time to do it now. Hey Larry, catching anything? Okay. What's up, Frank Nation? I figured I'd give you guys the rig rundown for today. Right now I'm using 8-foot rod, 12.05 to 1 gear ratio. We got 17-pound carbohydrate line. And of course, the lure I'm using right now, this little fishy with a lip on it and 2 treble hooks. Yeah. I think it just cracked my phone screen. Dang it. Oh son, oh son, oh son. Alright, Frank Nish, what's going on? So, yesterday I did catch a fish, but it was a state record and it was too big to show. It will probably be, you will be able to see it in the next installment of Guinness World Record. It's the world record bass, actually. It was huge. I'm not going to say how big it was. That you're going to have to wait for. Alright, welcome back to day 2.
Yo, what's up?
Day 2 I'm going to be fishing with
Shirtless Joes.
I'm going to be fishing with Shirtless Joe, and Elliot Williams, Pro Fly Rodder, is also with him. Also, I'm going to be fishing with my buddy Larry over there.
How's it going, Frank?
Yeah, y'all wanna plug your channels?
Go follow at Burke Fishing on Instagram.
Go follow Larry the Cucumber on Vine.
I'm the camera guy.
Cameraman Elliot Fly Rod Master. That's a long name. You gotta shorten that. We'll call him Cameraman.
No, we have to call him
Camera Elliot Fly. We'll call him
Carmella
Kick
Fly.
on that.
Carmella Fly.
No, we'll call him. Gotta make like an acronym that sounds funny. Cameraman Elliot Fly Master. So like
CMEF, CMF.
What'd you call him? Camello?
Camella Fly?
Camella Fly. We'll call him that.
Camella Fly.
Camella Fly. Camella Fly McGee.
We're gonna hear some cringy vlog music now.
Well, Larry Land, sad to say I've lost that lure, but I'm going with this small little sexy shad lure I found one day on a branch. That's right, a branch. I grabbed it off of it and I was like, wow, maybe I don't need to buy one of these anymore.
Guys, what's up? Shout out to Swagger Tackle right here. Best tungsten you can ever find. SwaggerTackle.com and Bruiser Baits. BruiserBaits.com. Awesome cross. Caught me a 7-pounder.
Frank Nation. This is about the time in the second day where I'm going to show you my rig rundown. Alright, first up we got Long John Silver. That's the rod, okay? Also the reel, the Dreadnought Apex 47. This thing has got a 17:01 gear ratio, and it is the fastest spinning reel that you'll ever see. Honestly, it's so smooth, and like this part right here, I do have a little trouble with that, but you know, that's okay. It's nice and sensitive and it's all good. I got a little wacky worm on here with this hook thingy, Madoohickey. It's really great. Also the line, 600-pound line. Alright. Blockbuster Dockbuster is the name of this one. So this has got Death Note Comic Sans is the name of this reel. The rod, of course, is called the Chupacabra because I got a cheap combo Chupacabra. I'm using 17-pound carbohydrate line. It is the best line you will ever get. Smooth, doesn't tangle much. I'm lying, it tangles all the time, but it always does the job. I'm of course using this little crankbait with this thing on it that makes it go down in the water. Yeah. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Mentor for being my sponsor in life and in fishing.
I'd like to give a shout out to Gerber Life Baby Food for keeping my child under child support.
I'd like to give a shout out to the streets for keeping me off the block.
Have you caught any fish over there?
I have.
Like a 3-pounder.
Alright, so tell us a little bit about our location.
We're going to ditch some good BS's in a ditch is 2 pounds, and I think we're gonna go catch some fish.
Really? Any commentary?
I have to fart. Thanks for that, buddy. Yes, for commentary.
We got a little update here, Frank Nash. So I forgot my tackle box. So if I lose my crank or my wacky worm, yeah, really. Hey, well, Bundick Lake, you can just.
Bundick Lake, you can probably reach down and find a tree.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same result. Anyway, on the bright side, I don't have to carry a tackle box around, so at least I don't have too much to carry. But I am a little disappointed in myself, and I'm shorthanded now. If I lose anything, I'm screwed. Or hooked. If I lose anything, I'm hooked. Pun intended. Well, guys, it's tip time. Tip time with Shirtless Joe.
Yeah.
Shirtless Joe may look like an old man, but he's got the wisdom of a middle-aged professor in a midlife crisis. Well, what do you got for us today? What about fishing can you give us tips on?
Well, I want to talk to you guys about Texas rig. The versatility of a Texas rig is so versatile. I mean, that's what versatile means. You can so many things, but I like a 4-aught EWG hook is your most versatile hook, and a 1/4 ounce weight is your most versatile weight. But you can peg it, and you can go flip trees, and I mean, I'm talking like urban trees, like heavy cover. You can unpeg it and have a craw on there for open water casting. Now, shout out to Swagger Tackle for hooking me up with some of the best tungsten. They're in St. Paul, Minnesota. You may think, oh, that's going to take like a week to deliver. No, it only took 3 days. Bruiser Baits, I mean, they make the best craws on the market, and lures. I love lure reels, so thanks for watching, and go catch you some fish.
This ditch has nothing where we just were, but I'm gonna move on and see if there's any other spots. I have to be careful, because A, if I fall in, it'd be really bad. B, there's snakes. All right, we're gonna go down there and check up with Larry, Joe, and Elliot, the Fly Fish Pro. This is why life sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying out another experimental classic fishing with Frank baits. So the deal with this one is, it's a wacky worm with a cricket on the end. Oh shoot, the cricket fell off! I'm currently throwing a crankbait. Yeah, I want to crank them baits now. If you're not cranking baits, I mean, what are you even doing?
Dude, the golf course closes at 6. It's 5:15, but they're going to be off the golf course. I mean, most people weren't even going to be on the golf course.
We can't fish on the golf course.
Yeah, you can.
Sure?
Yes, I've done it before. They were closed. Not easily.
Well,
I mean,
where's the problem?
Nobody's gonna get on the golf course now. I don't. Oh, there's a golf right there.
There you go.
Yeah, well, it's our best bet at catching fish.
About this time when you're not really catching any fish, where you're really able to think about life, you know?
Josh, what do you think about big worm?
Alright, so fishing 101, limiting goofing. A lot of times when you're fishing, you'll goof. That's okay. You have to be able to limit your goofs. So let's take a look. Example. I cast out this way. I'm about to hit a tree. Luckily, with these open face spin bait casting reels, you're able to put your thumb down and bam, you stop it. So bam, goofing averted. Sometimes, it could already be too late.
You want to pitch a crankbait?
Oh yeah. I hook myself. Right here. Oh! I actually did! Holy cow! And I got a major backlash. I did not expect that. Larry, why don't you tell me about what happened today? What went wrong?
Temperature wasn't right.
Temperature wasn't right?
Wrong time of season. I told y'all February through April.
I think the shad was jumping too much.
Well, actually, I wanted to go hook so the horsefly was scared away all the fish. Hey, I think the horsefly ate all the fish. I couldn't see skin for a second. I want to give a shout out, guys. Oh, Lazy Man Hooks. I already give a shout out to Flyer Tackle, Bruiser 8's greatest companies, but Lazy Man Hook, promo code JB2017. You'll get 10% off.
10 whole percents?
Yes.
Man.
Well, that's $100. You get it for $90.
Well, that's a steal.
JB2017, capital J, capital T.
I would like to say catching turtles is bad. Alright, welcome to Tackle Rigging. I'm Frank from Fishing with Frank.
Shirt on, Joe.
Shirt on, Joe. We're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to be rigging our stuff. We're going to be...
Big trip in the morning.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about where we're going.
We're going to a very grassy place. You know, we got to use some braided line, some heavier line. And you don't have to, but it's recommended. And I'm going to spool up this old reel with some Power Pro braid. I'm hoping there's enough on the spool to spool it up. And I'm going to use 15-pound mono backing and tie that to the spool, and then I'll tie it to the braid so I don't have to spool this reel up with so much braid.
Right. He's talking a lot about braid, but you have to confess, I do not use braid. The reason why? Well, one day I was fishing. I cast out, and wham, a lunker takes my bait. I'm reeling in, and ooh, it's a big one. Give me a fake. Can I use it?
Yeah. It's Josh.
I'm reeling, oh, I got a big one. And it's braid, it's not carbohydrate line. And I'm reeling it in as fast as I can. And then all of a sudden I see it. I see the monster. It looks me dead straight fire in the eyes. And it just pops. He was there. He was there. And it pops off. And I looked at the braided line and it's frayed. And I said, never again.
Like a rope, so it will fray it. That's why you like to use carbohydrate.
Yeah, carbohydrate has better memory, and I just really do like the way it feels when I'm reeling it in. So what am I going to be putting on these Texas rigs? Well, you know what? I'm going rogue. I'm going to use some of these. Little paddle tail.
Yeah, like you saw in today's episode, a paddle tail on a Texas rig is very versatile.
The Texas rig is very versatile. Some of these worms. I'm gonna use some green crawl. Gonna use some blue crawl. And I'm gonna use some orange crawl. Fanta crawl is what I call it. Actually,
bro, can you help me out here? Can you hold that?
Update, Larry Lunkers. My buddy here shattered his tackle box. We left it on the back of the trunk. fell off and cars ran over it. And probably some even stole some of his gear.
Yeah, it's a sad day, it really is, because I had a lot of good stuff in there. It turns out though, Larry, that the rattle trap is safe inside my tackle box. I took it out. I love rattle traps.
Can't throw them tomorrow though.
Oh no. Gonna be putting on a little bit of lizards.
When we go out there tomorrow, Joe,
Hey.
I'm gonna talk to you that.
A little bit of these skinny worms. I got this from the store. It's called Welch's. They said it's the best soft plastic around. I'm pretty sure it's French. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a nice try. Also, I might be going a little froggy style. Might be throwing Kermit out there. I'd like to take this moment to thank my sponsor, Chips Clippers. Chips Clipper makes the best clippers, and it makes it so easy. It's literally super lightweight. I mean, you don't have to bring nail clippers along. You don't have to worry about them poking out and being, weird.
There's these magical things called scissors.
You know what? They're big and scissors. I'm glad you brought that up. Scissors are huge, bulky, and a pain to carry around. Do you see how small this is?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Jared, what you got?
I just tied me an Alberto knot. This will connect monofilament and braid, so I can use backing, so I don't have to use 100. Dude, excuse you. You're the one who just tied it. I put this down right here. I've had my stuff here for an hour. But I just put my stuff right there on top of
Literally, this is so out of hand.
You can't just put the rod over there.
Just swing this underneath it. Homeschoolers, am I right?
Larry and Shirt on Joe have had a feud for a very long time.
Probably because we're
Ooh, we can't tell him that. Can't tell him y'all. That's the reveal. I'll reveal that when you get 1 million subs. Larry, tell me a little bit about your experience with the pond. We're
Bro,
heading up.
all I know
My
is
dad
that weightless worms can hit him up pretty good over there.
and Slim
Frank is not happy
Frank's
because
having a midlife crisis, and he's not even 30 years old.
I'm only 77.
dog eaters.
So, Frank Nash, it's so early, and we're about to go fishing.
I'm tired. Frank's hooked up. Now pressure, keep pressure. Now let it loose a little. No, let it. Yeah, it might be gone now. You feel something? Nah.
I think I lost it.
Yeah. First cast though with the sink of Frank.
Dang it. Ooh, that's a big-headed one.
Well, Larry Lunkers. Larry Lunkers' first fish of the day. Pound and a half on the top water. You hit it pretty hard. Not gonna lie. Them dark bass are good eating.
Bass tastes disgusting. Well, Frank Nash caught a little baby. It's the first fish I caught on Long John Silver. It's kind of sad that this is the first one, but hey, fish is a fish. Well, I decided to set the camera back up again since I started to catch more stuff. Even if they're tiny. Some jumped over there.
Larry Lunker's on the board for 2.
Nice. That was violent. What's up, Frank Nash? Just got another small one off of a Cinco. They're pretty small, but hey, that's okay. Fish are fish. What's up, Frank Nash? I'm ready to call it. I don't think Larry's ready to call it, but usually when I call it, it's done. What's up, Frank Nash? It looks like Shirt on Joe just caught a bass. Let's check him out. How's the size, Shirt on?
He's the biggest of the day.
Easily. Take a look at that sucker.
He had this. He had the swim bait, the bottom of the swim bait, in his mouth, not the hook, like in his gullet. He just.
Yeah.
It's a really. Try to throw him over there.
What's up, Frank Nash? Here we are in the outro. Well, I'm here to promote, of course, everything that was in my video. I'm here to promote the Death Note Comic Sans Reel and the Long John Silver Dreadnought Apex 27. Those will never let me down. I'm also here to promote this. Bruiser Baits Crazy Crawl Watermelon Red. This sucker, I tell you, will catch you fish. I personally recommend these. I've actually never used these, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll work. Let me just look at them. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A black and blue caught Shirtless Joe a 7-pounder, so that's nice.
I can confirm they taste really good. I can confirm. 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 And the thing I love about them so much is they're so easy to rig. You can just have the hook rest. So you don't have to get the craw destroyed when the fish eats it. Go check them out at bruiserbaits.com.
I keep forgetting.
Fish the best.
I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Zoom. Go to Zoom.com, promo code FishingWithFrank, and you get 100% off your next order. I'd also like to thank the crankbait company that makes this little crank. Well, smash that like button.
Hit the subscribe button. Check out swaggertacklecompany.com too.
Hit that sub button and you can be the one to win this famous lucky Rattletail Cinco used by Shirtless Joe by Bruiser Baits. I'm guessing that. Gosh, Josh, could you be louder?
Ah, Mr. He's underneath your leg. Actually, he's underneath the table.
I got this from the store. No. Jeez, you guys make this so difficult.
I don't have any shoes.
Gosh, just stop us a cockroach.
Jared, go down! Jared! Where'd he go? Holy cow! Larry Lunkers!
So since they're not gonna let me go back and eat some Torchy's tacos, I'm gonna have no shame in Uncle Billing him. I'm gonna go right where he caught his fish, and I'm gonna plop one down in there. That's right, just like a turd. This is what happens when I get hungry and no one's like, we gotta catch fish. Literally, Larry will sit here for hours if there's a chance to catch a fish. Some people say that's determination. I say that's starving yourself. Hear that, Larry? Sometimes you don't catch fish. I said sometimes you don't catch fish.